Hello everyone. In this video, I will discuss inter-assignment delay and intra-assignment delay. This is one of the most important topic in Verilog. Inter and intra-assignment delay. So there are two types of delays in Verilog. One is inter-assignment delay and another one is intra-assignment delay. So what is inter-assignment delay? If I write like this #5 y equal to x, this is inter-assignment delay. Okay, so the delay assignment to left of assignment operator. So this is my assignment operator, this equal to, so to the left of that one I have this hash, means this is a delay representation. So this type of delay is called inter-assignment delay, and the intra-assignment delay is the delay assignment to right of assignment operator. So this is my assignment operator, and to the right I have this hash. Okay, so I have given this delay token. Okay, the delay, this hash. So this is intra-assignment delay. So what exactly these delays are? So it can be gate delay, or we can say propagation delay. So see, these are real silicon, these are real hardware implementation. So it will take some time for the input to be propagated to the output, or if there is a changes in input side, it has to be reflected at output after some time. So this is my gate, so this is my gate. So this is a real silicon, right? So it has some delay, so it will give me some delay. So all this delay, inter-assignment, intra-assignment, is because of the design constant, or we can say the library, or not exactly library, we can say the routing path. Okay, because either because of this silicon, this gate, this is a gate level, right? This is a gate. So because of this gate there will be some inbuilt delay, or because of all these connection wires, so that these are routing delay, right? So this is, for example, in this case these are wires. So it will take some time for the this output to be reflected at this one. So this delay is wire delay, and this delay is your gate delay, and there is a delay for the sequential circuit like a flip-flop. This is clock to Q. Okay, so this is another kind of delay. So I'm not going to discuss all these things in details. Okay, so our prime motive is to learn this inter-assignment delay and intra-assignment delay. Always at the rate A or B. Then if I write #3 C1 equal to A and B, so definitely see, this one is inter-assignment delay, right? So because left side of this assignment operator, so this is a inter-assignment delay. Okay, so what does it mean actually? This is inter-assignment delay. So if A or B changes, so if there is changes in A or B, then this always block is activated, right? Then this line will be evaluated once there is changes in A or B. So what does this mean actually? What it does actually is, after 3 nanosecond, once this part is activated, then after 3 nanosecond A and B is evaluated. Okay, not at the same instant, means not at 0 nanosecond or 0 time step. This C1 will be updated, but it will wait for 3 nanosecond, let's say in nanosecond 3 nanosecond. Then the value of A and B will be assigned to C1. Okay, this is C1. Okay, but in the meanwhile, because once A or B changes after 3 nanosecond, the C1 will be updated, but in the meanwhile, within that 3 nanosecond, it will continuously check whether is there any changes in A or B. So it will be checked for change again. Okay, and if A or B changes in interim period within 3 nanosecond, so if within 3 nanosecond if this A or B changes, then the block is not activated. So the module doesn't give correct output. Okay, here input pulses shorter than specified delays are filtered out. I will give an example and you will better understand this one. Okay, so this kind of delays are also called gate inbuilt delay in combinational circuit, or we can say inertial delay. This kind of delays are called inertial delay also. Okay, so let me give you one example, okay, of this one. See, for example, this is A and this is a B. Okay, same one, this is A and B. So in the waveform view, this is A and this is B. So what will be the C1? See, C1 after 3 nanosecond, A and B value will be assigned to C1. So this one, this is 1 into 1, 1 into 1, this will be 1 after 3 nanoseconds. See, this happened at 0 nanosecond, this changes from this transition from 0 to 1, and B transition from 0 to 1, it happened at 0 nanosecond. But after 3 nanosecond, this 1 into 1, this is the AND gate, right? This is the AND gate, C1 equal to A and B. So this is the AND gate. So 1 will be 0 to 1, this output at the output, that is C1, it will be, the transition will happen at C1 after 3 nanosecond. See, this is after this is 3 nanosecond. So I will get this one. But what happens after 4 nanoseconds? See, after 4 nanosecond, there is change, there is a transition. There is a transition from 1 to 0 at A. But what it is written here, if there is a changes in A or B in interim period within 3 nanosecond, block is not activated, or the input pulses shorter than the specified delays. Means if there is a changes in A or B within this 3 nanosecond, for example here, the changes is for 1 nanosecond, right? These changes, see, this is 4 to 5 nanoseconds. So this changes is for 1 nanosecond. So it is less than 3 nanosecond. As per this one, as per this theory, if it is less than the specified time, 3 nanosecond, then the delays will be filtered out. The delays won't be considered. So here it should be 0 into 1, it should be 1 after 3 nanosecond. Okay, but here this delay will be ignored. This delay won't be considered, and this will remain 1. Else after this is 4. So after 3 nanosecond, it should be 1 into 0. Sorry, 0 into 1, it should be 0. But after 7 nanosecond also it is 1, because this delay is ignored, because this delay is less than 3 nanosecond. So if this kind of situation, if this kind of statements, if you encounter, and if there is a changes in A and B, and which is less than 3 nanosecond, then those delays are ignored and filtered out. So here see, so we did not find here this 1 into 0 0 here after 3 nanosecond. Okay, so the same value will be continued. Okay, previous value will be continued to next time step. Okay, next one is C2 equal to #3 A and B. So this is a intra-assignment delay. So what it is saying, intra-assignment delay, here A and B is evaluated immediately. Here A and B will be assigned to C1 after 3 nanosecond, but here A and B will be evaluated immediately and stored in simulator's event queue. Okay, means that is the inside part. So, and stored in simulator's event queue, but assigned to C after 3 nanosecond. A and B will be assigned at 0 nanosecond, but it will be assigned to C2 after 3 nanosecond. Only after delay assigned to C event, so only after this A and B value will be assigned to C2, that is after 3 nanosecond, then only it will check again whether there is a changes in A and B. But here what was happening, even though there this A and B was assigned to C1 after 3 nanosecond, but within that 3 nanosecond also it was continuously checking whether A and B is changing or not. But here only after the assigning right to left, that is input to output, then it is checking again. So only after delay assigned to C, that is means after 3 nanosecond, checked for change. If A or B changes in 3 nanosecond, the new value doesn't affect the output and old value remains. If so, if A or B changes in 3 nanosecond, within 3 nanosecond, if there will be a change, then we don't get the new value. Okay, and the old value remains. So here we can see C2, this one is C2. So C2 is this part. So this is intra-assignment delay. For this one, the wave view will be like this. Okay, so this is C2. So A and B, So this one is A and B. So after 3 nanosecond we get this A and B equal to 1, right? This one is 1 we get. The initial it was 1 for C1. The C2 also we got 1. Okay. So after this one, after this transition at C2, then it will again check for changes in A and B. So at 4 nanosecond there is a change at A. Okay, the transition is from 1 to 0. So 0 into 1, it is AND gate. 0 into 1, it will be 1. But when that one will be reflected at output after 3 nanosecond. So I should get 0 at 7 after 7 nanoseconds. So this is 0. See, this transition 1 to 0, it is at 7 nanosecond. Okay, this is 7 nanosecond. This is 7. Okay. So but in case of C1, this because this delay was less than 3 nanosecond, so it was filtered out, it was never considered. But in case of C2, this intra assignment delay, it was considered. Okay, next one is always at the rate A or B. So this one is non-blocking assignment. See, this one is all blocking assignment. This is a blocking assignment, this is a blocking assignment. Now this is a non-blocking assignment and inter assignment delay. Okay, so this one is inter assignment delay. Okay, because this hash is there left to that assignment operator. Evaluation and assignment takes place after 3 nanosecond. That is correct, because once A or B changes, so this always block will be activated. Then A and B value will be assigned to C3 after 3 nanosecond. So this is similar to this statement. This statement is similar to the first statement. See this one, always at the rate A or B #3 C1 equal to A and B. So these two statements are same, so they should give the same result. Okay. So here it is a blocking, and here it is a non-blocking assignment, but these two gives same result. See, you can see here C3 and C1 and C3 gives the same result. See, after 3 nanosecond this will be ended A and B, so I will get 1 here. The transition will be from 0 to 1. Then because of this delay, delay less than 3 nanosecond, this will be filtered out or this will be ignored. So the previous data, previous value will remain. So I will get this 1 into 1 previous value, and this one will be ignored. Okay, so I will get the same one. So these two, C1 and C3, are same. The next one is C4. This is a non-blocking assignment. Then #3 A and B. This is non-blocking. Okay, this is non-blocking and intra assignment delay, not inter assignment. This is a intra. This is a intra assignment delay. So here intra assignment delay, here we know that intra assignment delay A and B is evaluated immediately and scheduled for assignment to C after 3 nanosecond. First A and B will be evaluated and then scheduled for assignment to C. So after 3 nanosecond, C4 this A and B value will be assigned to C4. Okay, but what happens here, in the meanwhile, within the 3 nanosecond, again it will check is there any changes in A and B. If there is a changes in A and B, then it is again reflected at the output. Means further changes. See, after 3 nanosecond, A and B will be assigned to C4, but it will continuously check whether is there any change in A and B. If any are again taken consideration. If there is a changes, then that will be considered. Okay, so here what actually happening. So without waiting for the assignment to take effect, control is returned to event control operator, and again always block will be triggered. So this always block will be triggered and it will check continuously whether there is a changes in A and B, and if there is a changes, say in the first two cases what happened, if the delay is less than the specified delay, for example it is specified 3 nanosecond, if there is a changes within 3 nanosecond, if it is less than 3 nanosecond, then that delay is filtered out, the delay is never considered, but here the delay will be considered. Okay, so this gives the better result, this gives the result in terms of the hardware, the real hardware. So this is the best delay, this part is the best delay. Okay, and this delay, the delay between clock and output and sequential design, and this delay, it comes from, and from where this delay comes from characterization of a specific flip-flop design. Okay, So here let's see the C4 part. The C4 here, C4, see A and B, it is ended. So after 3 nanosecond, because here it is mentioned 3 nanosecond. So at 0 nanosecond A and B is evaluated, then it will assign to C4 after 3 nanosecond. So after 3 nanosecond we can see the result here. The transition will from 0 to 1. Okay. Then what happens at 4 nanosecond? At 4 nanosecond there is a change here. There is a change here at 4 nanosecond. So it is 0 to 1. 0 to 1 transition. So it is, sorry, this A is a transition at A from 1 to 0. So this 0 into, this is ended one, because we are doing A and B. So 0 into 1 will be 0. 0 into 1 will be 0. So after 3 nanosecond, so 4 means after 3 means 7 nanosecond. After 7 nanosecond I will be 0. I will have 0 value. Okay, it will be 0 value. Then it will be again 1 into 1. So it will be again 1. Okay, because this happened, this transition 0 to 1 happened at 5 nanosecond, right? So after 5 plus 3 means it is a 5 plus 3, this is 8 nanosecond. So after 8 nanosecond I will get again 1. Okay, so this is the best delay. This part, this is the best delay. This one, this hash 3 C4 non-blocking assignment, and hash 3, this is the intra assignment delay. But again, see, in case of C2 what happens, we are getting the first part same, the C4 and C2 here 1 then 1. But what happens C2 and C4 at this point, C2, once it will be 0, it will continue, it will be continued for that for another transition. Okay, in case of C2, the C2 and C4 are not same. The C4 we are getting the correct result in terms of hardware, the real hardware implementation. But in case of C2 we are not getting, it should be 1 here, it should be 1, then it will be a correct result. But here it is not, this transition is not happening. So this 0 is continued actually here. In case of C2, see, in case of C2, if A or B changes in 3 nanosecond, the new value doesn't affect the output and old value remains, because see, this delay is changing. So sorry, once this A is changing, till this it's okay. So there is a transition from 1 to 0 here. So I am getting after 7 nanosecond 0, because 0 into 1 0. But what it is saying here, see, if A or B changes in 3 nanosecond, the new value doesn't affect the output and old value remains. So as it is changing again 0 to 1, so within 1 nanosecond it is again changing, it is changing. So that's why the old value remains, means it is 0 into 1 equal to 0. So this 0 will remain, the 0 will remain, and we won't get 1 into 1 equal to 1 the way we got here. But we got that one, the same exact output for C4, but not for C2. Okay, not for C2, that we need to remember. Okay, so this is how it works actually, this C1, C2, C3 and C4, and different type of delays, this blocking, non-blocking, inter assignment, and then intra assignment delay. Another example is, suppose this is a in and this is a out, and if this is a statement hash 5 out equal to in, so in will be evaluated at 0 in will be assigned to out after 5 nanosecond. Okay, so this is a in, so out will get the in value after 5 nanosecond. So it will be at after 15 nanosecond there will be transition. Then here after 25 it will be 0. Then here you can see what we learned here is, if there is a changes in interim period, then what happens, it is filtered out, the delay won't be considered here, because see, this delay, this transition from 0 to 1 and this 1 to 0, so this transition is for 3 nanosecond only. So 1 to 0, or you can say 0 to 1, this transition is for 3 nanosecond, but the specified delay is 5 nanosecond. So this 3 nanosecond is less than 5 nanosecond. So this delay won't be considered here. In this case, this delay won't be considered, and what will happen? The previous value, the previous data will remain. The previous means it was 0. So 0 will continue. Okay, because this one is filtered out. This one is filtered out, this one is ignored, this delay is ignored because this delay is less than specified delay 5 nanosecond. Okay, so this one will be 0. Okay, it won't be considered. Then what happens, this is 36, so after 5 nanosecond the out will get the input value. So after, so 41, 36 plus 5, this after 5 nanosecond 41, that will be reflected at output side. Okay, but what happens here, out equal to hash 5 in. Okay, out equal to hash 5 in, what will happen, see, in this case what will happen, this out, okay, so at 0 nanosecond the in will be evaluated, and after 5 nanosecond it will be assigned to out. So here it is 10, the transition happens at 10 nanosecond. So after 5 nanosecond we will get this transition 0 to 1. Okay, then 20 to 25, after 5 nanosecond this transition we will get. Then what happens here, in this case and this case, see what happens here. So in this case, see, this is 30, and if you remember this one, this hash 3 A and B, so once the right hand side will be assigned to C2, so after 3 nanosecond then it will check again, so is there any change, and if A or B changes in 3 nanosecond the new value doesn't affect. So within that 3 nanosecond if there is any changes in A and B, say, then we don't get the new values and the old value remains. Okay, so here this is okay. Then after, this is 30, at 30 time step, what we are doing, we are having the transition from 0 to 1. So this, once this is assigned already, this part is assigned, okay, assigned to output. So here this transition happen at 30 nanosecond. So after 5 nanosecond, because the delay is 5, so after 5 nanosecond I will have the new transition 0 to 1. So I got the new transition. So it is 30 means after 5 second means 5 nanosecond means it is 35 nanosecond, right? So 35 nanosecond I got the transition. Then it will remain 1 till 33. So till 33 means 33 plus 5, this is delay. So because it started at 35 nanosecond, so it will remain there for 3 nanosecond, so it will remain there for 38 till 39 nanosecond. Then what happens, after 3 nanosecond it is changing again. So what it said, what it is saying, if A or B changes in 3 nanosecond, so if there is a changes in 3 nanosecond, then the new value doesn't affect the output and the old value remains. So here there is a change, there is a transition from 1 to 0 for less than this 5 nanosecond, because after 3 nanosecond only, after, see, 30 to 33 is 3 nanosecond. So after 3 nanosecond, which is less than 5 nanosecond, again I have a transition 1 to 0. So what will happen, this value, this one will remain, this old value will remain, it will remain. Okay, so with after 3 nanosecond what will happen, the 36 comes. So it won't consider 36 because this 3 nanosecond is less than this 5 nanosecond. So whatever the value initially, that one will continue. So this 33 will, this one will be continued till what, because this data, see, this 36 to 45 is 5 nanosecond. So after 5 nanosecond I am getting 0 here, 1 to 0 transition. So this will continue for another 5 nanosecond, because this 36, after 36 to 45 there is a transition. So this is 5 nanosecond, this delay is not less than 5 nanosecond, this is equal to 5 nanosecond. So there will be a transition from 1 to 0, this part, this 1 to 0, because this is simply buffer, right? So there will be a transition from 1 to 0 at 50 nanosecond. This is a 50 nanosecond. Okay, hope you understood. So this is how it works. This hash 5 out equal to in and out equal to hash 5 in, this inter-assignment delay and intra-assignment delay. And another example is this one. Okay, hash 200 A equal to hash 100 B. Then what is the meaning of this one? So this means after 200 nanosecond, B is evaluated. This is E, okay. So after 200 nanosecond B is evaluated and this B is assigned to A after 100 nanosecond. see, B is evaluated after 200 nanosecond. Okay, so after 200 nanosecond B is evaluated. Once B is evaluated, it will be assigned to A after 100 nanosecond. So total it will be 300 nanosecond. At 300 nanosecond or 300 time step, A will get B value. A will get B value. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, so this is all about this inter assignment and inter assignment delay, and I hope that you guys understood. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and if you liked it, do like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.